I am fully admitting that the introducing section looks like a dog's breakfast, but very much like the hero section, a few changes and everything is going to be looking great inside of our browser here, so let's get to it. I'm going to head back to my coding application, back into index.php. Recall in the previous exercise, I said that one option was to insert a div under the control of the class that you and I had created called container, and I said in the next exercise I'll show you an alternative approach. Here it is, the alternative approach. I'm going to move my eyeballs down my code just a little bit to the introducing section, or the introducing div that we have here. Very much like the hero section, I also want to use my container div. So what I could do is I could do exactly what I did inside the header and also inside the hero. I could go and insert a div inside the introducing section. That would be perfectly fine. However, in an effort to keep my code as lean as possible, here's an alternative for you. Rather than coding in a whole new div, I'm going to piggyback off of an existing div, namely the introducing div. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my cursor after the ID there, ID equals introducing, throw in a space, and then I'm going to go class equals, and then in quotes, you guessed it, container, just like so. And I don't need to worry about closing this div because we closed him back in the previous course. So he's already closed up. Okay? All right, good stuff. Go ahead and save up your work there. All right, other than that, we just have a few changes to make to our CSS, and then we'll cross our fingers and refresh our browser, and hopefully everything will be just fine for us. So head back to style.css if you would. I'm going to go and look for introducing. There he is right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find padding top. He can be a little tricky to find. He is in there. And currently he has a padding top value of just 20 pixels. I'm going to crank that way up to 90 pixels. Okay. And the only other change I'm going to make is on my intro box 1. When I was fiddling around with these settings, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do here, I discovered that I had to remove intro box 1's margin left. So I'm going to change margin left from 40 all the way down to 0 pixels. Okay? That should be it. Let's check out our results. Go ahead and save up your work and head back to your browser and refresh. And there we are. We now have something like this. So now we have enough space beneath the hero section for introducing to properly center inside of our layout, which is great. And then there's our 3 graphics, loaded with features, easy to use, mix, sort, and share. Of course, intro box 1, 2, and 3. Okay? All right, that was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Again, once you figure out exactly what you want to change, the actual process of making the changes goes pretty quick. Now, if I scroll down just a little bit, next we have the blog loop itself, where all of our posts reside, and also the sidebar. And I think what I've decided to do for this course is actually remove the sidebar. If you'll recall, in the previous course, we threw on the sidebar sort of as an extra. So I think for this course, we'll go and get rid of it, and I'm going to show you how to do that in the next exercise.